All fights tonight are under the unified rules of MMA, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Elbows to the head are allowed. Hardcores, you know the deal with the prelims. They never disappoint. Let's get right to it with Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome as tonight, Bellator Fighting Championships, along with Caesars Atlantic City, where every day is routinely spectacular. Now, begin Bellator83 with 3 5-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner at 6 foot, weighing in at 263 pounds. His professional record, 12 victories, 5 losses, from Salina, Ohio, Mike, the Juggernaut Wessel. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner at 6'3", weighing in at 237 pounds. As a professional, 14 wins, 4 defeats, from Molodechnu, Belarus, introducing Alexei Red Fury Kudin. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, Bill Bookwalter.
Let's get to it in the heavyweight division. Mike Wessel versus Alexei Kudin.
All right, hey, go back. All right, come on. Alexei, are you ready? Mike, are you ready? Fight!
Two very powerful heavyweights, the bell in round number 1.
Alexei Kudin, known for his Muay Thai, and he's a solid heavyweight.
Wessel, the former NFL trialist, is in the black trunks. The Belarusian Alexei Kudin making his Bellator and US debut is in the white trunks. Wessel told us, I do not want to stay on the outside. I'm going to close distance, and that's just what he does.
I think he learned his lesson against Rich Hale. He was outboxed by the taller Rich Hale. He doesn't want to see that happen again.
And in the quarterfinals of this ongoing Season 7 heavyweight tournament, Wessel losing by first round TKO to now tournament finalist Rich Hale. And in October, first fight for Wessel since.
This is where you don't want to be if you're a heavyweight. Very few heavyweights with spectacular guards. That's certainly not the strength of Alexei Kudin.
Kudin, who favors Muay Thai and kickboxing, now in an open half guard, flat on his back. Big rights to the body from Wessel.
Man, they are right in front of us. You can feel those, Sean.
Wessel made it clear he didn't want to play on the outside, Jimmy. He felt this was the strategy.
What you want to do is leech the strength out of your opponent. This is a time when size and strength on your back doesn't really help you. It's a hindrance. You go through a lot of oxygen with big muscles.
Kudin wanted to keep this standing, wanted to establish his kicks and establish his range. Right hand to the body. Wessel just unloading with those rights to the rib cage.
You know, on camera, they don't look like a lot, but man, those are hard shots. He's really turning into them.
They're about 4 feet in front of us. We can feel those punches. All top game from Mike Wessel and ground and pound. Glancing with that right hand. Clearly not the start that Alexei Kudin wanted for his Bellator career.
And also plenty of time left in the round, 3 minutes. And he's staying active. The referee's close, but hasn't warned him. Mike Wessel's been very busy in this fight.
Referee Bill Bookwalter seeing plenty of activity to let this go. Wessel smothering with his top game.
Good job passing guard. You saw there Kudin tried to sweep him, tried to roll him, and he opened his guard to do it. I like Mike Wessel taking advantage there.
Kudin reestablishes now half guard.
Now this is when the whole fight flips around. If you're the shorter guy, stub your arms. It's hard to box, you know, especially from the outside, but when you're on top, you can generate power without a lot of distance.
Kudin,
that's what Mike Wessel's doing.
Tries to get to his feet, he does. Outside trip slick from Wessel. No joy for Kudin thus far. 2:10 remaining in the opening round of this heavyweight fight.
The question is, what kind of fight did you prepare for? Kudin, known as a kickboxer, does he have the gas to be on his back for an entire round? That's the question.
Kudin again gives his back. See Wessel, no thought of a rear naked choke, just unloading with those right hands. All Mike Wessel here in round number 1. Kudin trying to walk through.
Trying to get a high crotch of his own, driving through. Look for Wessel to put his weight on that right leg.
More big shots from Mike Wessel.
One thing, Kudin has had the full weight of Mike Wessel on top of him this entire fight. Wessel weighing at 263, could be upwards of 270, 280 right now.
Wessel relentless with those right hands. Kudin playing all defense, just turtling down and eating those shots, trying to block them the best he can.
Like I said, it doesn't look like he prepared for this kind of fight. Thought it would be a stand-up battle. It's been all on the ground. It's been all Mike Wessel. There are different kinds of shapes, Sean. Kickboxer, you put on the ground, they're going to run out of gas. Jiu-jitsu guy, you keep them on the feet, they're going to run out of gas. It's all about what you're used to.
Really a chin lock there. Wessel dragging down Kudin. Now Kudin trying to take Wessel's back. And Wessel trying to get this to the ground. He cannot. See some top game now from Alexei Kudin in the final seconds of round number 1. Half guard from Wessel on the cage walk. This is where Kudin wants to be, a dance in his step as he gives distance. Outside kick, right hand in the left. The bell, good round for Wessel. Let's listen into the corner of Mike Wessel. They have to be very pleased.
100% all right, he cannot do shit with you in that top game position, okay? That's where you've got to get to, okay? Got to stay in there, relax and breathe, stay heavy on the top game. Don't let him get back on top.
See here the takedown by Wessel, outside trip. Scoop the big Russian off the cage. And here, these shots, short ones to the ribs, but they're going to pay dividends in a long fight. You can't breathe at the end. Your sides hurt. Very hard to get your wind back with punches like that. Good tenacity throughout that first round by Mike Wessel.
Alexei Kudin right to the center of the cage, backed off by referee Bill Bookwalter. Kudin started his pro MMA career 1-3, 13-1 since with 8 first-round finishes.
He pushed him back again. Turns around, he walks to the center of the cage.
Mike, are you ready? Fight.
Round number 2.
I admire his enthusiasm.
Kudin, 19th pro MMA fight, the previous 18 either taking place in Russia or Ukraine. Kudin said he wasn't nervous first fight in the U.S.
Question is, will he change his strategy having been taken down by Mike Wessel? Will it make him more conservative on the feet in this round?
Our 3 judges for this fight assigned by the state of New Jersey. Jimmy, how'd you see round 1?
Only way you could. 10-9 Mike Wessel on top the entire time. His corner in between rounds said he can't do anything with you on top of him. I agree with that 100%.
A lot of heat coming in about Alexei Kudin. Again, 13-1 in his last 14 fights. Wessel saying, I need a victory. I need to get right back to it. Wessel talked about closing distance. He did it at the opening stages of the fight. Right now, he's staying on the outside range that Kudin talked about wanting. Jimmy, are you surprised that Wessel hasn't bowled his way in thus far?
He doesn't want to run into the jab. You see what Kudin is doing, which is throwing the jab, not committing to the right hand. So that right hand is cocked and loaded. Wessel does not want to run into it. Just like that. 8-1 coming in.
Wessel had to know that he was going to take a shot to close distance, but he does effectively now. Big knee from Wessel. Trials with the San Diego Chargers and Kansas City Chiefs as a nose guard, and you can tell it with his physique and the way that he lowers his head when he drives in. Defensive linemen in our sport have such great explosive power.
It ain't pretty, but you're going to get the takedown just like that.
Kudin trying to keep his base, eats the right hand.
Now what he has to do is pull his hips off the cage. It's too easy from here for Kudin to just leap back to his feet. Hold him off perfectly.
Wessel looking to stay heavy in this position. just manhandling Kudin down. Start from Kudin. You see the chest hold from the bottom from the Belarusian.
Work on top, Mike.
Call for action from referee Bill Bookwalter. Wessel needs to do more or we'll get the stand-up. Wessel obliges, doesn't he, Jimmy? That was some good motivation.
Short shots to the ribs and to the head. Now see here, trying to pass that half guard. But Kudin just, clearly inexperienced on the ground, just holding on. Not really able to do anything offensively here. Now full mount.
Full mount indeed, achieved by Mike Wessel.
This is exactly where Kudin did not want to be. Oh, look at Wessel walking his legs up.
Jimmy, you and I have commentated a lot of fights from Eastern Europe, and Kudin, again, all of his previous fights in either Russia or Ukraine, you just don't see Mike Wessel-type fighters in Eastern Europe.
No, you certainly don't.
Not that body type, not that style. We'll see if Kudin allows Wessel to stand. Kudin does not want to dive in. There's the stand-up.
Taking a breath of his own. He is tired. Kudin's in the position that he needs to win back this round.
Kudin has really not gotten off with his kicks thus far in this fight. 105 remaining in round 2. On cue, there's the inside kick. But no high volume of kicks.
Nope. I think he's leery of that takedown.
Huge right hand from Wessel. That landed flush. Redness on the left cheek of Kudin. He was caught by that right hand.
Thing is, Wessel can wait here. He's got this round pretty much in the bank. Doesn't want to do anything stupid in the last 30 seconds. Might push in for another takedown, but problem is Kudin's fighting from behind. You never want to do that.
Kudin continues to bounce, continues to circle. There's the outside kick.
It's not enough. Not going to win back this round. It's not going to stop the fight.
Another outside kick, counter right to the left from Wessel, exploding with those punches off of the kick. Side kick from Alexei Kudin. This round ends standing. Take you into the Russian-speaking corner of Alexei Kudin.
Дай воды, воды дай.
Ему море.
Леха, все, внимательно, просто не дай себе статскую фигуру, понял?
Pay
И
attention.
все, и накидывай.
Same to don't let him take you
Джеб,
down.
длинный джеб, понял? Длинный джеб идти. Не давай, он готовит все время право-боковой. И двигайся, не стой,
Don't let him
не
hit
стой,
you
понял?
from this side on the left side. Stand on your feet.
Давай, надо
You see here the knee from Mike Wessel right underneath the eye, up against the fence. Now here, full mount, but he gets his feet on the cage. You see here the bridge, able to pop out. And then some stand-up action, uppercut. Then that right hand by Wessel. Guys willing to trade on the feet. Man, I don't care what size you are, that's gonna hurt.
Alexei Kudin, 10 years ago, he would have been considered a huge heavyweight, 6'3", 237.
Alexei,
Meet the new heavyweight body, Mike
Mike,
Wessel,
last round,
6'2",
you ready?
263. Jimmy, how do you see it? 2018 Wessel?
2018 Wessel, who needs a finish or an extremely strong third round. Don't know how you can see those 2 rounds any other way but 10-9 for Mike Wessel.
Even trying to establish his jab. See how long Wessel stays on the outside, plays this game.
Problem for Kudin is he's in a position where he can't use his entire arsenal. Jabs and leg kicks aren't going to win this fight for him. He needs knockout shots, and those are easy to see, and Mike Wessel knows it.
Jimmy, again, we talked about the difference between fighting in Eastern Europe and fighting in the U.S. Talked about 10 years ago in MMA, Kudin would be a big heavyweight. Right now, in Eastern Europe, he's a huge heavyweight.
In the United States, not so much. A lot of guys cut down to 265 from 280 and up.
Including Mike Wessel.
Very true.
Cutting down to make 263 for this fight.
Also, as you said, 13-1 in his last 14 fights. He's not used to coming back from behind. He's not used to having to knock the guy out to win a fight. That's important.
Wessel keeping his patience. Kudin can really not afford to show much patience now in this third round, at least according to Jimmy's unofficial scorecard. Outside kick. For Kudin, though, Jimmy, it's the kick, and then he backs off.
Kick, and then he backs off. A couple jabs, then he backs off. And Mike Wessel has done virtually nothing in this round. He thinks it's 2 rounds to none. Don't get knocked out, and this fight is mine. He might be thinking, I'll make the Russian overcommit and then take him down. But if Kudin doesn't overcommit, don't look for Mike Wessel to push the action.
Simultaneous kicks. Wessel kicking above the waistline. Complaining referee Bill Bookwalter tells him keep fighting. Kudin trying to establish the jab, missing badly with that kick. Then the 1-2. A rare 1-2 from the vet from Belarus.
See, Wessel not trying to counterpunch. Basically just trying to slip the big shots and stay in this fight.
Wessel driving through. Power on that takedown.
Once again, waiting for the overcommitment to get the takedown. That's what he got.
Dropped his shoulder, exploded off of that defensive line to record that takedown. Step over easy as you like into the full mount and then gives it up. How about that, Jimmy? Stepped right over the full mount and then stepped off.
And then stepped out of it.
Curious.
That is rare. But remember, last time he got the mount, that is when Kudin exploding was able to escape. So maybe he thought side mount was safer.
From side mount, though, Kudin back to his feet, back where he wants to be. Getting the bounce on Alexei Kudin's step. Wessel had the takedown, had the full mount, and then immediately gave it back. Strange.
Now Kudin has to think knockout or nothing at this point. He's got to unload, minute 20 left, and he needs a finish on my scorecard.
But he's not selling out.
He is not selling out. He's staying, keeping his range. Throwing light shots like that aren't going to stop the fight.
Not much on that head kick attempt, almost a snap kick.
Yeah, he needs some urgency here.
Side kick.
You can hear his corner screaming. I don't know what they're saying, but I think they're saying, go after him, you're out of time. That's what I'd be saying. Can't take your punches home with you.
Blood pouring now from Wessel's right shin.
If that's over the eye, that's a bad cut. He's lucky it's on his shin.
Wessel again driving through. There's the sprawl from Kudin. Then the right hand. Good job defensively from Alexei Kudin.
But I think it's too little too late at this point.
20 seconds remaining in this heavyweight fight. Mike Wessel versus Alexei Kudin. 15 seconds now remaining. Wessel just looking to play it safe. Kudin not showing the urgency one would expect here. The left hand. Wessel waiting for the bell, and he gets it. Smart tactical fight from Mike Wessel.
Take a look at the right hand of Kudin. That was basically one of the few 1-2s he threw in that entire round. And here Wessel, good job with that outside trip. A lot of people call it the Superman double leg, right into side control. Kudin able to get back to his feet, but never showing that do-or-die urgency that I think he needed in that third round.
What do you think on your scorecard, Jimmy?
I have it 29-28. I gave Kudin that last round, but Mike Wessel, first 2 rounds, thought he walked away with them.
Blood pouring from that cut on Wessel's right shin.
He can't move for a couple minutes. Let me get out of the cage. That's the call.
Jimmy, you said it. If that's on the face,
That's on the face, man. That's a fight stopper. That's a tough one.
You know what happened.
Shin cut ain't gonna stop a fight.
And on top of it, it was a great
not
fight.
sure that Mike Wessel would have even felt that he was cut.
Nah.
Probably looked down and thought, who's bleeding? Where's all this blood coming from?
I thought that was from him at the end of the second.
No, my vein ruptures in my legs.
Okay.
I'm fucking 35. 5-point surgery knees is gonna fuck me.
Never has anyone been so happy from a vein rupture. You heard Mike Wessel say
he
it.
seems thrilled. You get the win, that's what matters, and I think he got it tonight.
All smiles from Mike Wessel. Again, a disappointing performance in the quarterfinal round of this ongoing Season 7 heavyweight tournament. Losing versus Richard Hale by way of first-round TKO. Alexei Kudin, a lot of heat coming into his US and Bellator debut. Wessel, though, fighting a very smart, smothering tactical fight, but we shall see, Jimmy. Nobody has won anything yet. Let's go to Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance inside the Bellator cage, we'll go to your judges' scorecards, where all three judges, Michael Berry, William Mason, and Cardo Urso, all see the fight exactly the same, 29-28, for the winner by unanimous decision, Mike, the Juggernaut Wessel.
One of the most likable, nicest people in the sport of mixed martial arts. Mike Wessel gets career win number 13. Cut on his shin for good measure, and Wessel does not care, Jimmy.
He did what he needed to do and got the win. Blood's not going to bother him.